It's Feel Good Friday here on 411 Outdoors, and in this episode we're going to be talking about the Shuriken or throwing star. Stick around. On my channel, if it shoots, if it throws, if it's sharp, if it's pointy, we're going to talk about it, and we definitely need to talk about the Shuriken. Now, this beautiful Shuriken that I'm going to be showcasing in this video was made by a fellow blade brother named William Treston. He's the owner of Brothers in Steel. They have an Etsy shop. I'll provide the link to their Etsy shop. I know they're working on this batch right now. They also have some really nice coasters available if you want to check those out as well. If they don't have any of these ready, just save the link and check periodically. This is one hard-hitting piece of steel. It's heavy, and I cannot wait to throw this. This design was used by the Viet Cong. It was a World War II design Shuriken, and William knows someone who was a tunnel rat in Vietnam and got hit in the chest with one of these things. The Shuriken was used by samurai and ninja. Some of the primary uses obviously was to be a distraction, a supplement to the sword, not necessarily designed to kill, but designed to wound and distract. It could also be a stabbing weapon in close quarters. That's not to say the Shuriken is not lethal, because it could be if it landed in the right place. These are also highly regulated. There's a lot of weapons in the world that are highly regulated, and these are one of them. That's in there deep. These are where I got my start in throwing as a kid. Now, I never had anything this nice. I was throwing flea market throwing stars at cardboard boxes, but that is where I got my start. Let's face it, there's a lot of people out there who like to buy hit the fan apocalyptic style weapons. It's just something that they're into. I definitely believe this is relevant in that area, and I believe it falls into that category. In the world of combat, there are head-on tactics, reactive tactics, and then there are ambush tactics, tactics that are taking place against an unaware opponent. And that's what this largely was, and if it ever hit the fan, that's what it would be. That's really how it is with anything that you throw. A while back I got into a video talking about whether combat knife throwing could be a real thing, and I pretty much put that under the category of being most effective as an ambush tactic as well. As mentioned, this was used as a supplement to a sword. It could be used as a supplement to other things as well. But in reality, if something like this hits someone, it's going to hurt and it's going to distract them, allowing the other person time to set up something even bigger. There could be situations where this was used as a setup, and then this, the follow-up. As far as the many references to this being a stabbing object, the only way I could really see that being done is to hold something like this. That's where I feel like I have a firm enough grip for a quick shot in this way. I don't really see a whole lot being done holding it like this. This is really kind of the only way I could imagine using something like this as a stabber. I like a good sidearm. That last throw was around 30 feet, and I was able to do it with good control. A weighted Shuriken makes for an easier throw, allowing you more control. And that's what's so great about this one. It's got great weight to it. I don't know the exact weight, but it's stout. Some may even be wondering, are you guaranteed to get a stick with 4 points? Actually, no, you're not, because you could land exactly like this and it may not stick. You still can miss even if you hit dead flush. It's not going to feel good getting hit with this star from any direction, but it's not going to necessarily stick in a target every time you throw it. However, your chances are 3 times better as opposed to throwing with 1 point. Let's see if I'm at a right distance here. Well, dead on, actually. You're more likely to get a stick than you are not get one, but there may be times where it hits just where it's not pointed. You see that? One may even ask, what if I wanted to keep something like this for self-defense? I would not recommend it. I think self-defense weapons are better when they stay in your hand. Now, as far as something like this being relevant, I've already really covered it. hit the fan scenarios, battlefields, escape, espionage, different things like that. But as far as carrying something like this around for self-defense, I wouldn't do it. Just carry an edge weapon, pepper spray. Carry something you can keep on you, but don't ever depend on a throwing weapon as a primary self-defense tool, because I know a lot of people think, should I carry something like this? Should I keep it on me? I would recommend your self-defense tools be something that stay on you, things that stay in your hand that you have access to all the time. A lot of times when I'm doing knife throwing videos, the most common objection that I'll get is people will come in the comments and say, don't throw your weapon away. We understand that. Knife throwers understand that. Knife throwers understand the concept of making sure you keep your weapon in hand. We see knife throwing the same way ninja and samurai would have seen the shuriken. How about an underhand throw? Imagine being in battle and getting this. Well, my friends, that brings us to the end of our discussion on the shuriken, the throwing star. I'd love to hear your story. I talk to a lot of people who have a similar beginning in throwing as I do. I had so much fun as a kid going out in the backyard, throwing these things at dead trees, throwing them at cardboard boxes. I just was constantly pretending I was a ninja as a young man. A lot of people say I still do that today. My response is always the same. You can't go wrong having a few ninja skills. Anyway, what do you think about shuriken? I'd love to hear from you. Take care.